Ramadan, it's like Coachella for Muslims, but instead of flower crowns, it's prayer beads. And instead of questionable fashion choices, it's, well, still some questionable fashion choices. But hey, we're all about self-expression, right? Jokes aside, Ramadan is one of the most significant and widely observed traditions in the world, followed by nearly 2 billion Muslims across the globe. But how much do you really know about it? We're talking beyond the headlines, beyond the stereotypes. From the science behind the lunar calendar to the intricate traditions that have been passed down for generations, there's a lot more to Ramadan than meets the eye. So buckle up, my friends, because in today's video, we're diving deep into 7 fascinating facts about Ramadan that you may not have known. Stay tuned till the end to learn how this holy month impacts millions worldwide, and maybe, just maybe, you'll walk away with a fresh perspective. Okay, first things first, let's talk about time, or more specifically how Ramadan seems to have a mind of its own when picking a date. Unlike the Gregorian calendar, which is about as consistent as my sleep schedule during Ramadan, read non-existent, the Islamic calendar marches to the beat of its own drum, a lunar drum to be exact. This means that Ramadan starts on a different date each year, roughly 10 to 11 days earlier than the previous year. Think of it like a guest who's always fashionably late, but you can't even be mad because they always bring the best food. Now you might be wondering, how do you even know when Ramadan starts if it's always changing? Well, my friends, it's all about the moon. The beginning of Ramadan is determined by the sighting of the crescent moon, which is like the official Ramadan bat signal. And since the Islamic year is about 10 to 12 days shorter than the solar year, Ramadan gets to experience all 4 seasons over a period of about 33 years. That means people in different generations experience Ramadan in both summer and winter months. Imagine fasting for 16 hours in the scorching summer heat, and then a few years later, you're breaking your fast at 4:30 p.m. in the middle of winter. Talk about a Ramadan mood swing. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say the empty stomach in the room. Yes, Muslims fast during Ramadan. You probably already knew that. But here's the thing, it's not just about skipping your morning latte or that juicy burger for lunch. Fasting during Ramadan is like a spiritual boot camp for your soul. It's about pushing your limits, both physically and mentally. From dawn till dusk, we abstain from food, drink, smoking, and yes, even that daily dose of gossip that keeps the group chat going. Think of it like hitting the pause button on all your earthly desires. It's a time to reflect, to be mindful of our actions, and to cultivate empathy for those who experience hunger every single day. But let's not forget about the food altogether, because once the sun sets, it's time to feast. We break our fast with a meal called iftar, and trust me, it's the most delicious meal of the day. We usually start with dates and water, just as Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, did back in the day. And then, it's a free-for-all of deliciousness. Think aromatic biryanis, fluffy naans, and enough sweets to satisfy your inner child. And before the sun rises again, we fuel up with another meal called suhoor. It's like the pre-workout meal for your soul, giving you the energy to power through the day. So yeah, fasting during Ramadan is no walk in the park, but the sense of accomplishment and spiritual growth you experience, totally worth it. Now let's talk about another important aspect of Ramadan giving back. You see, Ramadan isn't just about personal growth. It's about community upliftment. It's about recognizing that we're all connected, and that we have a responsibility to help those in need. One of the 5 pillars of Islam is zakat, which is like the OG version of taxes, but instead of going to the government, it goes directly to those who need it most. It's a mandatory act of charity that reminds us to share our wealth and to create a more just and equitable society. And during Ramadan, the spirit of giving is amplified. Muslims all over the world open their hearts and wallets wider than ever before. We donate to charities, volunteer our time, and make a conscious effort to help those less fortunate. There's also this beautiful concept called sadaqah, which is all about voluntary acts of kindness. It could be anything from smiling at a stranger to helping an elderly person cross the street. It's about spreading joy and making the world a better place, one small act at a time. So, if you see your Muslim friends being extra generous during Ramadan, now you know why. It's all part of the package deal, my friends. Okay, picture this. It's the middle of the night, everyone else is asleep but you're wide awake, standing shoulder to shoulder with hundreds of other people reciting verses from a book that's over 1400 years old. No, it's not some secret society initiation ritual, although it kind of sounds cool, right? This, my friends, is Taraweeh prayer during Ramadan. Taraweeh is a special prayer that's only performed during Ramadan, and let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. We're talking about standing for long periods, reciting lengthy chapters from the Quran, and trying not to fall asleep before the free snacks at the end. But here's the thing. There's something incredibly powerful about praying in congregation, especially during Ramadan. It's a time to connect with your faith, to seek forgiveness, and to feel the collective energy of hundreds of voices united in prayer. And for those who are feeling extra ambitious, Ramadan is the perfect time to try and complete the entire Quran. That's right, all 114 chapters cover to cover. It's like the Ramadan reading challenge, but instead of bragging rights, you get spiritual enlightenment. So the next time you see lights on at the mosque late at night during Ramadan, you know what's up. It's just us, trying to level up our spirituality, one prayer at a time. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to talk about the MVP of Ramadan nights, Laylat al-Qadr, also known as the Night of Power. This night, shrouded in mystery and brimming with spiritual significance, is like the Super Bowl, World Cup, and the last 5 minutes of a Drake concert all rolled into one. Legend has it that Laylat al-Qadr commemorates the night when the Quran, the holy book of Islam, was first revealed to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. Talk about a divine download. Now the exact date of Laylat al-Qadr is unknown, which just adds to its mystique. It's believed to fall within the last 10 nights of Ramadan, and Muslims spend these nights in fervent prayer, seeking forgiveness, guidance, and blessings. We're talking all-nighters filled with heartfelt supplications, acts of charity, and deep introspection. It's like a spiritual recharge on steroids, a chance to wipe the slate clean and start fresh. So if you see Muslims being extra devout and introspective during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, you'll know why. They're on a mission to catch Laylat al-Qadr, and trust me, the spiritual FOMO is real. Alright, we've fasted, we've prayed, we've reflected, and we've hopefully caught Laylat al-Qadr. Now it's time to party. That's right, folks, after a month of spiritual boot camp, it's time to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, aka the festival of breaking the fast. Imagine this. You wake up early, put on your finest clothes, and by finest I mean the outfit you've been dying to wear all month, and head to the mosque for a special Eid prayer. The atmosphere is electric, everyone's in a good mood, and the aroma of delicious food fills the air. After prayer, it's time to feast. We're talking mountains of biryani, platters of sweets, and enough food to feed a small army. Families and friends get together, exchange gifts, and celebrate the end of Ramadan. Eid is a time for forgiveness, gratitude, and pure, unadulterated joy. It's a reminder that even after the toughest challenges, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, or should I say, the end of the month. But Eid isn't just about feasting and festivities, it's also a time to remember those less fortunate. Muslims give Zakat al-Fitr, a special charity given before Eid prayer, ensuring that everyone has something to celebrate. So, if you see your Muslim friends looking extra stylish and happy during Eid, now you know why. They've earned it. Look, I get it. Ramadan can seem like this big, mysterious thing, especially if you've only ever seen it portrayed in a certain way in the media. But at its core, Ramadan is about connecting with something bigger than ourselves. It's about self-improvement, empathy, and giving back to our communities. Whether you're Muslim, from another faith, or no faith at all, there's something universally relatable about the values Ramadan promotes. Who among us couldn't benefit from a little more self-reflection, a little more empathy, a little more generosity? So the next time you hear about Ramadan, don't just think about the fasting or the late-night prayers. Think about the deeper meaning behind it all. Think about the values it promotes and how we can all incorporate those values into our own lives, regardless of our beliefs. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be better versions of ourselves, and maybe, just maybe, Ramadan can teach us a thing or two about how to get there. From fasting and charity to spiritual reflection and celebration, Ramadan is a truly special time for millions of people around the world. Did any of these facts surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. If you're curious to learn more about Ramadan, trust me, there's a whole world of knowledge out there waiting to be explored. And hey, if you ever get invited to an iftar party, don't be shy. Come hungry, come curious, and be prepared for an experience you won't soon forget. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.